Hello, how's it going? How are you? It's such a pleasure to greet you. I wish you, as always, that everything flow in perfect harmony, and I embrace you with much love, with much light, with much peace, and I wish that everything that crosses your mind becomes a reality. We do have to do our part, all of us. You put attitude into life, desire into life, a smile into life, effort. If we complain, that's exactly what we attract. We are all what we think, and we attract what we carry. So if I can attract peace, love, harmony, and happiness to myself, well, why not do it, right? I'll tell you that this week, from the 22nd to the 28th, we've had some months. I'll tell you about the week of the 22nd to the 28th in a bit. We've had some very dizzy months. Since the end of 2025, since the end of 2024, when Pluto entered Aquarius in November, we've been gradually seeing great changes in our way of thinking, feeling, and acting. So many discoveries, many things that are already accepted as, well, energy, right? Definitely what scents and colors give you. What I want to tell you is that this year has put us all to the test. That's everyone. Small, medium, large, extra large. This isn't a matter of age. A test of bravery, of dedication, of courage, of commitment, of the beautiful, positive courage. As all the planets began to change, the big planets, the transpersonal ones, Pluto in Aquarius, then Neptune in Aries, Saturn in Aries, Uranus in Gemini. Each planet has a magical and wonderful energy, depending also on the sign it's in. I've been telling you for a while now, there's a lot of fire element in the air and a lot of air element in the air. But they're big planets. They're very powerful. I mean, not that Mercury, Venus, Mars aren't powerful and energetic, but the strength of a Jupiter, a Saturn, a Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Pluto in Aquarius is bringing the truth to the surface. The deceptions, the lies, what has been kept for years on the table. And well, Pluto in Aquarius will be there until 2044. And it's air, Aquarius. Uranus in Gemini will be there until 2033. Uranus in Gemini is going to help us with an endless number of discoveries of all kinds. What do I want to tell you for this week? Look, next week on June 30th, at the end of the month of June, we have Jupiter in the sign of Leo. It leaves Cancer. It's going to enter a strong, luminous, striking sign. Plus, and gets along. Leo's energy gets along very well with Jupiter. It leaves Cancer this coming June 30th. Energies aren't just felt on the day they enter and the day they leave. No, my love, it's like eclipses. The eclipse is felt before and after. Okay? It's like when we set our new moon intentions. Yes? Let's think. Now, the one we just had, the super new moon in Gemini, I hope you set your intentions. I really insisted on it, huh? It's super moon, definitely. Well, when the full moon in Gemini comes, in 6 months, much of what you wished and asked for will happen. It's the same with the energies of the planets. Right now, you can already feel Jupiter's energy in Leo. Right now, we have fire and air elements. We do have water, of course. We have it just entered yesterday, the 21st, on June 21st. It entered Sunday the 21st. The sun in Scorpio entered Cancer. Okay, I'm gone. Also, summer, the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere. This means for this week, for everyone, but especially for the fire and air elements, I want y'all to be like slippery little fish, luminous, beautiful, wonderful, sensational. Stay away from everything that causes you that's going to move you from your center, right? Well, you already felt it. Stay away. Which one's a fire? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, air signs. Who am I referring to? To Gemini, to Libra, and Aquarius. If you use "this is for everyone," if you use your magical, wonderful, and sensational energy and focus on what you desire, it's a week of a waxing moon. No one is going to stop you, my love. We have many planetary movements, many very interesting things. The energies in the environment might be a bit scattered for some of us. Like, we're not there. Well, as the saying goes, I'm not in the mood. So what are we going to do? Pick your battles, my love. Don't get hung up on things that aren't important at all. It's that simple. Stay away from those people that your intuitive sense, your psychic antennas tell you not there. Try this week to use sense. Quartz. Vibrant colors, very, very strong ones, like reds, oranges. Better yet, let's go with purples, lilacs, yellows, pastel colors. Raw colors, especially the fire signs. The fire signs. It's a good week for fire signs. It's not just good. Spectacular. But I'll tell each of you right now how everything's looking. Also, I'm letting you know now that next Monday... Monday? Yes, Monday the 29th. Our dear Mercury retrograde in Cancer. It'll be there until July 23rd. Okay. Since the next day, the 30th, Jupiter enters Leo, it'll kind of eclipse it, cover it up, but the energy remains. Why am I telling you this now? Because you have a week of Mercury retrograde pre-shadow. This week, well, take advantage. When Mercury is retrograde, remember, listen twice. Speak twice, listen twice, look twice, and speak as little as possible. Speak twice, listen twice, look twice, and speak as little as possible. Check the emails I'm sending and the WhatsApps very carefully. Don't let what has happened to many of us happen to you. We send a complaint message to the person and whatever. Pay close attention to everything related to communication, purchases, sales, contracts, agreements, business, negotiations. Contract signings can be done, and negotiations and travel and purchases during Mercury retrograde. It's possible if you already had all that planned before Mercury retrograde, in this case starting next week on Monday the 29th. Purchases of electronics or things of great value, it's suggested to buy them before or after Mercury retrograde. Check your trips, your flights, delays, traffic, and all those things really carefully. That's why I say, be like slippery little fish. And especially when you go on vacation, why get angry? It's already late for the flight or the bus or the car or the boat. Well, it's already late, so what can you do? Just take things easy. You know what? To wrap up and then continue, I'm going straight to the astrological recommendations. It's important to live, everyone. Live, feel, enjoy, vibrate, love. It's very important to stop getting hooked on things that don't matter at all. Understand when I tell you they don't matter at all, things that don't matter at all, don't get hooked on beep, exactly, on anything. It's a very good week, and you'll see it now in each of your astrological recommendations. And I'm starting with Aries. Let's see, my Aries, I know you're the baby of the zodiac. I know you're fire in everything you do, that you're Mars, planet Mars, that you're in the cardinal cross, that you start the spring, that you're a leader, autonomous, independent, you command, order, indicate, just like the four that start the seasons of the year, like Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. This week, my love, believe me, it's a super magical week. Wonderful. But don't say everything you're thinking. Don't say your next plans. Don't say your projects. You shouldn't talk too much, my love. When they ask how you are, say, very well, how's it been? Very well. And the family, all good? Don't go on and on, my love, telling absolutely everything. What for? That, silence, will be key this week. It's a week where you're gonna lay your cards on the table in your professional and work environment. This is definitive. With the entry next week of Jupiter, the planet of triumph, success, abundance, and prosperity in Leo. Wow, my dear Aries. Everything that wasn't working for you, and if you analyze and observe well, you'll realize there were many things you shouldn't have said. Many times you should have focused on your impulses because you have the upper hand. Aries always wins. Aries is very good fortune. But when you say things or when impulse gets the better of you, well, my love, you can throw things overboard. This is a week for travel planning. Many changes are coming within the organization of your home. When I say changes within the organization of your home, it means everyone does their part. Of course, as it should be. The toaster's for one thing, the blender for another, the air fryer for another, the mop is for something else, you know what I mean? Each of us has something to do. Of course we have to help. And right now, since there's a lot of fire and air in the planets, if you focus on who you are, on what you know, on your value, on your knowledge, you'll be unstoppable, my dear Aries. Yes, unstoppable. You know all the capabilities you have. Please stay away from toxic people. Stay away from people who point fingers, criticize, and gossip. Don't listen to them. Because your subconscious records everything and thinks it's part of you. And it's not, my love. It's a week for love. Yes, lots of love. Avoid jealousy. Jealousy in any type of relationship. It's not valid, not at all. It lowers your energy. For Taurus, travel, more travel. Look at everything coming your way this week, my dear Taurus. Pending trips, dream trips. Those trips you've had in mind for a very long time. They're coming into your life. People you'll see that you haven't seen in a long time. Sentimental reunions. It could return to your life. If you don't have a stable relationship right now, a teenage love could return. Go on, Taurus. That's right. Venus is very prominent, and Venus is your planet, right? Also this week, you'll get news about a procedure. Paperwork, something that was covered, blocked, not moving. That hadn't happened since late 2023. There'll be a family meeting or gathering where you'll put your cards on the table to reach good agreements and negotiations as a family. Keeping communication stable and understanding is basic. There's something new, a surprise, something coming into your life. That'll give you a breather because you might be asked for help or support to start something together for growth purposes. And your financial income. For Gemini, my love Gemini, how wonderful. You have magic keys for this week, my dear. Magic keys that will open any door, no matter how closed it may be. We're out of the sun in your sign now, right? Now we have the sun in Cancer. This means you, Gemini, count from your birthday, okay? From your birthday. Count 52 days forward from that day. Those 52 days are your solar cycle. Everything happens when we're in the solar cycle, but also we can already feel Jupiter's energy in Leo entering next week. Yes, I know Mercury Retrograde is coming, but that won't affect you at all. Mercury is your planet. It can stir up your emotions a bit because it's in Cancer. So remember, nothing is personal, nothing is against you, everything is cute, everything is perfect, okay? Jupiter, planet of triumph, success, abundance, and prosperity, is putting everything on the table for you. Those decrees, desires, longings, and visualizations you've had over the last few months are all coming in like a little waterfall. Like a waterfall, because you deserve it, my love. Nothing is just a result of chance. We are all the result of our being, of ourself, of our good actions. And right now, Gemini, it's your turn to harvest, my love. For Cancers, well, now, my love, we're in your birthday cycle. From June 21st until July 22nd. Good. All those Cancers who are about to have a birthday. Okay? 52 days before your birthday is the cycle of Saturn. It's the cycle that tells you what you stopped doing all year. What'd you leave? What did you stop doing, saying, buying, negotiating, or being yourself? That's why many may feel a bit uncomfortable or restless days before their birthday. But maybe they are the ones who did absolutely everything they wanted. And, well, these last 52 days of the Saturn cycle, oh man, they are super magical for Cancers. For any sign, meaning everyone, 52 days before our birthday is the cycle of Saturn. 52 days after the birthday is the sun's cycle. I'll tell you another time about each of the cycles. Take advantage of this week. Mercury retrograde's coming in your sign. Don't take things so seriously. Don't get hooked on absolutely anything. If you want to scream, cry, get angry, or frustrated, do it privately with yourself. Talk to yourself, stand in front of the mirror, sit in a chair, and keep looking in the mirror and recognize yourself for what you are, my dear Cancer. A beautiful, precious, wonderful, sensational being who deserves, in every sense of the word, to receive exactly in the same measure that you are giving. Feel worthy of abundance in every sense, because Mercury retrograde can move you a bit, because right now, Mercury is in your sign, but not retrograde. Okay, this week, you, as Queen and King, just spectacular. I'll tell you why. This week, whatever you say, whatever you speak, whatever you negotiate, plan, or put on the table, the calls you make, everything is marked 100% in your favor. You have the capacity, the strength, the power, the dedication, the commitment, and the intelligence. You all are extremely intelligent. Put emotional intelligence right in front of you. Don't get caught up. Keep your little heart in a drawer. Stay with whoever is meant to stay. And for those who don't, well, wish them the best, right? You've given so much light, so much love, so much protection, so much attention. It's time to receive what's yours by right of consciousness, my dear Cancer. Much abundance is coming to your work and professional life, but you deserve that same abundance in love, protection, and affection. For Leos, where you set your sights, you always release the arrow. And, well, now that Jupiter is coming into your sign for a full year, Leo, wow, you can already feel the energy, but it doesn't enter until the 30th. On June 30th, we're going to have Jupiter in Leo until the 20th. Imagine that. From the 29th, let's see, am I lost? No, I'm not lost. Here I am. From June 29th, depending on the country you're watching from, let's say June 30th. From June 30th to July 29th. Wow, take advantage of everything, Leo. Take advantage. I do ask you to focus. You know that for us, all of us who are fire signs, suddenly it's like something ignites in us. You, like this, and stay in your center. Do you feel like you're already starting to move away from your center? Excuse me. And you move. And you go, inhale, exhale. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Don't get caught up in meetings, events, gatherings, parties, celebrations. Because this is a week. You've been waiting for something for a really long time. Something that has to do with your work life, your professional life, or in economic matter. This cycle that can already be felt but really enters starting on the 29th And on the 29th, mind you, we're going to have, well, that's going to be a very interesting day because it's a micro full moon. I'll tell you more later, but it's already felt. That's what I'm trying to explain. Regardless of whether it starts on the 29th, 30th, or July 1st or 2nd, the energies are already felt. Leo, if you stay in your center, don't get caught up, go with the flow, distance yourself from negative comments, just walk away without getting hooked. This week, you'll have the result of something you've wanted for a long time. Travels, many travels. The travels continue. You either plan them or you take them. And also, a surprise from one of your family members, which will fill your heart with much joy, my dear Leo, with much happiness. For Virgos, intuition, perception, and premonitory dreams are exactly what you could ask for. If you pay close attention to what you are thinking, to what you are saying, to what you are feeling, your guides, your angels, and your teachers are giving you signals that are more than clear. I know that you, since you are very Mercury, very Earth, well, yes, intuition, well, yes, perception. You know that things that have crossed your mind have happened, right? Because you are very logical, very methodical, very analytical. You investigate. Okay, it's already proven by neuroscience. We are what we think. And you think a lot. That thinking has led you to achieve the successes you've wanted and have had. And also that many times things don't work out. Why? Because you are very thoughtful. You are a clear, concise, direct person who gets to the point. Okay, what are we going to do? You have a great cycle going, and not just this week. I've been telling you for a while now, Virgo. It's not time to think, it's time to act. Think little, feel a lot, act plenty. I know it's quite complicated to tell a Virgo, because you like to think, observe, rethink, and think again. You're wearing yourselves out, my love. Don't wear yourself out, my dear. Don't wear yourself out. You've thought it, you checked it, you've observed it, you've analyzed it, and put it into action. This is a week of successes, of palpable successes, of desired and dreamed of successes. Everything you need to sign contracts, agreements, negotiations, paperwork. Take advantage of this week. Of course, since we are in the pre-shadow of Mercury, do observe very well, check very well, with a magnifying glass at the fine print. Only that. Now then, there will be a party, event, meeting during the course of the week. It could be on, let me tell you what day it would be. 24, 25, and 26. Be very attentive to those days. Because those days you will be, I repeat, at parties, events, meetings, celebrations that are very beneficial. Besides having a good time, meeting new people, and so on. That are marked as being from other cities or other countries from where you live. They're going to help you a lot because they'll be very valuable contacts for your future in the very short term because you'll be traveling for one reason or another. Life is full of surprises, my dear Virgo. And for one thing or another, many very beautiful changes are coming to your life, many beautiful answers that you'll have starting this week. But the 24, 25, and 26 are very interesting days for you. For Libras, I know perfectly well that you know how to weigh things in the balance. But we also know, my dear Libra, that when you move from your center, you get angry, confused, upset. As we say in television, you go to black. Nothing. You didn't see anything, okay? What do you have to do? Perhaps to most of you, in what I've done so far with the astrological recommendations and the intro, I tell you to be like slippery fish. This is coming from someone who is extremely, way too much fire. It's a bit complicated. Inhale, exhale, be a slippery fish. But for you, my dear Libra, it tremendously benefits you to be one. Believe me, no love. This week, something you've been waiting for will arrive. It's something that you designed. It has to do with paperwork, agreements, and negotiations, and some money. Jupiter's entry into Leo will favor you in a tremendous way. But it's time to make things happen. To the extent that you are giving, Libra, is the extent to which you should receive. Since you know very well that you struggle a lot to ask for things, especially if it involves money or work, or to say no. Gosh, if you want, say no with your eyes closed. Cover your eyes and say no. And that's it. Or say it over the phone while looking the other way. But there are things you have to learn to refuse. But this week, magical things will happen where you'll feel very full, very happy, very fulfilled. Don't get angry. There will be people where you say, wow, why does it happen to all of us that suddenly they show you one face and they're another? The blindfold will fall from your eyes, but it's okay. On the contrary, when people do something inappropriate, incorrect, or if they bite our hand, or they hurt us, or they hurt our little heart, it's good because we've already realized who should stay, yes, and who shouldn't. That's important, my dear Libra. And that's it. Packing bags, planning trips, moving house, doing renovations, studying something. All of that is what you have for this week. Quite a lot of work, my dear Libra. For you, my dear Scorpio, you're in a very interesting cycle. The physical, the mental, the spiritual, everything is like mixed together as if you were wearing all the colors of the rainbow, and that's how it is. Please use your social connections to move forward more quickly, your family relationships in the same way, your joy, your friendliness, and your charisma. If you work this week, especially on the 23, 24, and 25, you enter different cycles. The 23 in some, 24 in others, 25 in others because of the planetary cycles we have. Remember that your planet, which is Pluto, is in Aquarius, and it will be there until 2044. And now that Jupiter enters Leo on June 30th, totally unstoppable. But you can stop yourself if you get angry, and an angry Scorpio, you know very well that when a Scorpio gets angry, they just won't say anything. But you don't say when, you just leave. Don't do anything where you make decisions that you'll later regret and ask why you did it. I know you're very thoughtful and very methodical, very analytical, but you might jump a bit because Mercury's retrograde. You can already feel the pre-shadow. Right now, stay very attentive to the signs and messages that the universe has for you. You're full of travels, and not just this week. This year has been full of travel-related work or contact with people from other cities or other countries and so on. Okay, this week, stay very alert in a meeting or a gathering because you're going to hit the exact spot of a little mistake that might be around you. And with your sixth sense and your intuition, wow, how amazing. The intuition and perception of Scorpios is super magical. And there's a lot of passion in your relationship, right? Very cute. For the Sagittarians, Sagittarius, Jupiter, your planet in Leo, helps, but not much. Here I go. It helps because it does. Good fortune, abundance, triumph, success, prosperity, everything is in Leo. And there's a lot of fire in the air. Saturn in Aries, Neptune in Aries, Mercury retrograde, or rather in the supermoon, the micro full moon. What will the micro full moon be in? Well, in Capricorn. This week, it's a week for you to receive. It's a week to harvest. It's a week to say, this is that. I close, over here I open, this stays, this no longer does. You've already thought about it. I know it's not from just now. You've been at it for a long time, Sagittarius, because you know very well that when you make a determination and a decision, you've thought about it for a long time. And then people might think that you're being hasty or impulsive. No, that's not it. Sagittarius, when they're going to tell you something and put it on the table, they've thought it through, analyzed it, researched it, and checked it with different sources. And if they're saying it, that's how it is. That's why right now you're closing cycles and they're going to ask you how. But why? Just tell them, do you have time for me to tell you? I mean, just so you know, I'd better email it to you because it'll take forever to give you all the info. But it's in your favor, Sagittarius. You can reach a good negotiation after explaining and putting your cards on the table and saying, well, okay, but not anymore. I'm talking about work. All of this is work-related, professional, and financial. Because you're coming in super magical, Jupiter and Leo is going to open all the doors for you. Absolutely all of them. You know, Sagittarius, that you always win, achieve, and move forward because you're a giving, committed person. You protect, care, give, and so on. But this week, something magical is going to appear. Stay very alert, my dear Sagittarius, to your dreams. We Sagittarians are very perceptive, very intuitive. With our sense of smell, we notice absolutely everything. You're also trips are coming, long trips, trips abroad, or contact with people from abroad. If you don't have a stable relationship right now, you can start one. And also, if you have a relationship, it's a relationship that's going to commit with great strength and great power, with a lot of love and so on. If you need to sign something this week, just do it, as always, right? We're in the pre-shadow of Mercury, so check everything you're signing very carefully. Don't make decisions out of urgency, out of necessity, or, well, out of embarrassment. I don't think it'll be out of embarrassment, but maybe out of urgency or necessity. This week, you take it easy, and you're going to receive what you deserve. Wait just a bit. Let go of what you have in your hands, because the new things coming will need both of them. Yes, see. For you, my dear Capricorn, there are many lovely things that are going to happen. Many, many. Since we already have the sun entering Cancer, that is the summer solstice, that helps you a lot because you're in the same cross, which is the cardinal cross. Here's Cancer within the cardinal cross, and you're right up here, okay? So what do I mean by this? That right now you're facing new challenges, new opportunities, new trials. If you get advice from experts, listen to the voice of experience. Listen to your own voice. You'll hit the mark. You have many ideas, many plans. Since you're very smart and you search and you dig and you go back and forth and so on, it's perfect. But there are things that others can do for you. Ask for advice. Don't wear out your mind, my love. Right now, you need to focus on your plans. Just like you are. Purposeful, proactive, and so on. I'm telling you all this because all week long, when did we start? The 22nd. Well, yes, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. It's going to be a very busy week. Very busy. Or maybe you're going, since there's travel, you're going on vacation, and you want to leave everything in order. Perfect. Whatever it is. But this week, 2 total successes. Total successes come into your life. Something you are looking for and waiting for. When you don't give up, my dear Capricorn, everything happens. Because the timing is always just right and convenient when one trusts. And you trusted. Yes, I know you distanced yourself from many people. And that's good, my love, because you stopped being contaminated. Yes. We don't realize it, but there are people who at times can be so toxic. And it's like when you go to a place and you see it's the trash can where there's a lot of trash, right? And it smells horrible. But since you stayed for a bit, well, you got used to the stench, the grossness. It doesn't smell anymore. It's the same when we get used to smelling good or smelling like perfume, right? So right now you realize that you had gotten used to what didn't belong to you by right of consciousness. And now you are going for what belongs to you. Because you raised your hand, you raised your voice, and your path is open before you. Have a good week. For Aquarians, well, my dear Aquarians, Jupiter in Leo is going to help you tremendously. You're going to focus a bit more. We know that you are the creative ones, those who imagine, those who analyze, those who sometimes fly from one place to another. Okay. We have Pluto in Aquarius, right? Air. We have Uranus in Gemini. Air. Fires are coming. That's going to ground you. Even if it's not Earth, it's fire. But it's Jupiter in Leo, Saturn, which is already in Aries, and Neptune, which is in Aries. Okay. This week, stay very, very attentive to. There are watchful eyes. When I say watchful eyes, it's that they're watching you, they're observing you. Many people know about us without us knowing about them. Well, it's coming through any means. A call, a meeting, a text message, an email. They're going to make you proposals that you deserve because you've asked for them, because you've earned it, because you've sown it, and it's your turn to harvest. Your heart, your dedication, your commitment, your ability, and your knowledge are more than proven, but you have to feel worthy. And if you've been working on yourself, well, in the affirmations that one makes to oneself, that I like myself, I love myself, I admire myself, I value myself, I respect myself, I like myself, I love myself, I admire myself, I value myself, I respect myself, and you keep moving forward, studying, working, giving it your all, but trusting that I deserve it. There are many very good aspects in different areas of your chart for this week. It's a week where family reunions will also fill your heart with so much joy. Either you get together with family or something to do with your family will fill your heart with much joy and happiness. You also have in mind doing a home remodel or moving house or making purchases for your home. And love is not in the air. Love is grounded. It's right in front of you. If you don't have a stable relationship or the relationship you have right now becomes formalized, and for my dear Pisces, what can I say? Very well, my dear Pisces, very well. You're making decisions that you had left for later and for later because you're always busy with how others are doing. You always think about others being well. Everyone does well, right? Well, that's a separate point, that the universe always returns multiplied the good conduct that each of us has. Coupled with Jupiter and Leo, Uranus and Gemini, everything that you sowed, look where I'm going to go. 2011, 2018, remember? 2023. Those plans to maybe move house from where you live right now to acquire some real estate, become independent, do something on your own, receive what belongs to you by right of consciousness in conclusion. Trips are coming. Look, it's a week of trips, of changes in your way of thinking, feeling, and acting. It's a week of gifts, of rewards, of meetings, yes? You're going to get together with people who vibrate at your same frequency. Because many times by giving, sharing, and helping, everyone, being nice as one should be, one must give and give and give. But there are moments when one has to draw the line, and you've been working on it since December of 2025. There you go. You're on your way, my dear Pisces. But this week is very lovely for you. I liked it very much because you tender, romantic, sensitive, loving, precious Pisces. Here comes Mercury. Mercury is in Cancer and you are water as well. But Jupiter, which is also your planet, just like Neptune, will give you a number of gifts that you're expecting, which aren't just for you, but for your family members, your loved ones. Many things you must do this week, but do watch them several times, check them well, review them well, in order, because we're in the Mercury pre-shadow. And yes, those decisions you've been making are the right ones. Your intuition doesn't fail, my dear Pisces. Thank you very much for joining me. Once again, I send you many hugs, kisses, blessings, and may each and every one of your dreams come true. It's a very lovely week. I insist, don't get hooked on absolutely anything. Let them talk. Because many times, people from talking so much, after a while, they go hoarse. I am Mizada Mohamed. I love you all, and I want to see you thrive.
Thank you very much for graciously joining us today. Please subscribe to our channel and kindly visit my personal website, Mizadamohamed.com.